Welcome to my achievement guide for Bramble the Mountain King. I've put this together so you can get all 30 achievements in one playthrough, including the no deaths achievement Survivor, something I wish I had when I did it. Everything's in the order that you'll come across in the game, and I've added chapters below so you can skip what you don't need. I've also made a no commentary version. All you need to do is press the mute button. As the game's super linear, I've skipped 99% of gameplay and fights other than where I thought it necessary to hint or help out. So if you do need to pause the video to catch up to my area, please do. And don't worry if you don't recognise where I am, you're not lost, just keep moving forward. There is a workaround for Survivor that I will go through now to save you a second playthrough and many hours. This was for Xbox, so I can't say whether it works on other platforms, however I'm sure there are similar ways. Let's go. If you want to checkpoint, press start, quit to menu, and then hard quit to the dashboard. Reload the game, and this should have made a checkpoint for you. After that, when you die, go to the menu, press start and go to manage game and add-ons. Go into your save data, delete from console, and then reload the game, and this should start you from the checkpoint. Do not hard quit upon death under any circumstance, as this absolutely will void you the achievement. It's not always perfect, and I did have to restart my game many times, but overall this did work, especially for those really tricky boss fights, in particular the Mountain King. As soon as you wake up as Olle, head forward and to the desk on your right. This contains the first of 7 storybooks. Press X to interact, and once you've read through the storybook, back out and head over to the window to progress. From the starting area, run forward and up the rocks, climb the log and slide down into the next area to get our first achievement. Using one of the many apples on the ground, run into one until you can get it through this little wooden goal and the achievement should pop. We're off. Just ahead, enter the treehouse and to the left, inspect the desk and you will see a small wooden figurine. Use X to interact and the achievement will pop. Unlike books, each figure will net you an achievement. Keep pushing forward in the story until you find yourself in this area with mushrooms. The goal here is to jump on one 5 times. I made this harder than it needs to be, but keep going until it pops. Further on, you will find yourself in the gnome village. Approach the old gnome on the bench and inspect it. On the right will be the gnome figurine. Shortly after exiting the inspection, the achievement will pop. Eventually, you'll find yourself up against your first big bad, the butcher. Dodge his attacks until the piles drop and then use LT and throw them until he drops for the next achievement for defeating the butcher. Straight after the butcher area, we are on with the next achievement. Pull this cart up the tracks and climb on. Pull it back a little bit further than you think you need. Once you're up, push the crate off to free the gnomes. There are 8 gnomes in total and they will help you open the door. The aim is to get all 8 through the next area safely, and as you can see, it's littered with bear traps. With their uncontrolled sporadic movement, this can be a pain in the backside, for example. Also, make sure you have all 8. As you can see here, 1 stayed behind and I had to come all the way back. Head in and head to the left. Move in short bursts to keep the gnomes grouped up. There may be easier ways to do this, but this one got me through. Keep staying left and go as wide as you can around the traps. Once you're at the doorway, you are home free, and as you approach the hut in the next area, a scene will start and the achievement should pop. Saviour for saving all the gnomes. Achievement 7 is in this area after you rudely interrupt the pinecone folk. They will all scatter bar 1 and that's the one you need. Same as with the apples, control it by running into it and the aim is to get out of the cave. This is actually a lot harder than it looks and it took me ages, but once it's out, the achievement will pop for evicting the pinecone folk out of the cave. Head on down to the next area, a lovely fleshy swamp with an unknown creature lurking beneath. Make your way across and you're aiming for this cage on the left. Once you're there, interact and push the poor gnome to its fate. This achievement took a few seconds to pop up, but once I jumped across, there it was. Next's figurine 3, so cross the swamp and head into the next room. Climb the box and you'll want to interact with the pile of rope on the right. This will change the camera and you can find the wooden figurine atop the boxes. Again, once you back out, the achievement will pop. That's achievement 9 and figure 3. Progress the game until you reach this wonderful section. Ride the hedgehog across the water and on the island head around the back of the tree stump. Here you can interact with the shrine/grave on the ground and you'll see the next wooden figure. Interact and back out for this achievement. The Lemus figurine comes next. You'll walk the gnome across the water, head up and to the left, and you'll see it on the cliff edge. Same as usual, approach and interact and add it to your pile and keep moving forward. Next you'll have another boss fight, this time with Näcken. I'm sure I've butchered that pronunciation. I've skipped the boss fight here, but if you would like a boss guide or a full walkthrough, let us know in the comments, and while you're at it, feel free to hit that like button. Shameless, I know. After the fight, you'll find yourself in some caves. Keep going until you come across these skeletons. Don't forget to checkpoint regularly if going for the 100%. Interact with the second storybook on the floor. Following this slip and slide section, which killed me more times than I'd like to admit, Näcken will rear his beautiful head out of the water and snatch you up for an Aragorn-style tumble off the edge. Shortly after, you'll wake up and the achievement will pop for smoting his body upon the mountainside. Achievement 12, survived against Näcken. Push on, and after meeting Tuva, you'll enter this area. Rather than heading forward, however, veer off to the left and you'll find a hidden alcove. Run to the end of this, and on a small rock, there's the Tuva figurine. Interact with it, stick it in your pocket, and net yourself a Chivo. Moving on, head through and use your light to clear the Bramble, and you'll come across a section similar to the troll and trap area where you're not allowed to be spotted. Use these chimneys on each building for cover and run all the way around. After this, climb the king's statue, climb back down into the chase area, and at the very end of this, our pal Lemus will be waiting to take you to safety. Next you'll be in the swamp. Checkpoint here often as the movement's not great and I fell in many times. Eventually, you'll release a boat and you'll need to go and find it. Jump across the boat, but rather than going up the stairs, head to the left. Be careful, because a sharp camera change did this to me. Brilliant. Once safely underneath, you can interact. You'll find figurine number 7 in the wooden crates at the back. Now you want to head back out, and this time we'll be going up the stairs to the house. Approach the door and enter. Once you're in, head to the right and interact with the desk, and then interact with the toy duck. This is super important as it's needed for an upcoming achievement. Match the symbols on the ingredients with the symbols on the door and stick them in your pot. Then head over to the door and pour your mixture on. This will give you a new symbol, and just rinse and repeat, and once you've done it for a second time, the door will open and it'll get you at achievement number 15, Witchcraft. Entering the next room, you'll want to head here. Go over and interact for Storybook number 3. Use the winch to drop the ladders down, collect some books to make a step and exit, but be very careful here. Make sure to use your light. Once you find this raft, you're entering your next boss fight. Knock her off the cross by aiming at her hands, and once she falls in the water, the fight starts. When she pops up, just beep her on the nose like this and rinse and repeat. But do be careful as the aiming's not great and sometimes it catches you out like this. Once you've dealt the final blow, the screen will white out, and once it's back you should have your 16th achievement. I can't pronounce the name, but you've defeated the swamp midwife. The remaining achievements now come thick and fast. After the fight in a brutal scene, you'll make a grave. If you collected the toy duck earlier, this achievement should pop straight up. Proper burial. Further on, you'll enter this library. As you might have guessed, there's a book here. Run forward, stand on the lectern and press X to interact with it. This is Storybook number 4. Further on, you'll find the Forest Nymph. This is a 3-stage boss fight but also hosts 2 achievements. Destroy your shields in each stage and then bobber like this. Approach and press X to get flying into stage 2. Do the same again to get sent flying to stage 3. And then do the same again, 3rd time's the charm. Get sent flying one last time. Eventually Ole does put his foot down on her throat and stabs her right in the head. Don't let this quick time expire. You need to stab her 100, yes 100 times for this achievement. This took me about 5 minutes, but just keep going until it pops. The Murderer achievement number 18. Let the quick time expire and Ole will stab her one last time, fading to red. As the screen reloads, the achievement for defeating her will unlock, making it through Skogsrå's Grove, and we're almost there. Proceed until you find this church, head in and left, inspect the back corner, and inside the cabinet is the Forest Nymph figurine and your achievement will unlock. Now I've left this next section in as it took me a minute to figure it out. From this grass you want to briefly expose yourself and then hide again, and once the enemies are walking away, you're safe to run for your life to the grassy area opposite. Again, this next section killed me loads, you can literally just crouch walk through it. Once on the other side and at this house, head into the back left corner where you'll find Storybook number 5. And then this house, a little bit further on, head in, and on the right, just above the dead woman, will be Storybook number 6. Proceed past the chase scene and start climbing the tower. Once you're nearing the top, keep a lookout for this figurine on the right side of the ladders. Interact to pick it up, and that is figurine number 9, Pesta. Carry on till this little fella pops up behind you, and just don't let him sneeze on you like I did, or eat you like I did, or hit you with his rake like I did. Everything reminds me of her. Keep running to the exit, and as you leave it for the 3rd time, the achievement will pop for defeating Pesta, the penultimate boss. Now, keep going till you're cleaving the bramble in this area, and once you use your light on the door, you'll get another quick, nice, easy achievement for freeing yourself from Bramble. After this, you'll find yourself back in the library, so approach the lectern yet again, and this should be your final storybook. Interacting here should trigger the achievement Bookworm for finding them all. As you step down, turn around and approach the desk. Interact to find the penultimate figurine, the librarian, which will pop achievement number 25. Now move forward to exit the area and enter the King's Chambers, where we find our last figurine. As soon as you're in, interact with the bookshelf, and on the top right will be the King Nihls figurine. This will get you achievement 26 for the figurine, and then achievement 27 shortly after for collecting all figurines. Now this puzzle took me a little while to solve, so here's a quick rundown. Approach the closet to get yourself some new garms, and Ulla will produce a clock hand. Use it on the clock on the other side of the room, and then you need to find some numbers. There's a 6 on the goblet on the bed, there's a 2 on the metal box on the dresser, and a number 10 on the sword on the bookshelf. Now move the clock hand to these 3 hours in that order, 6, 2, 10, using X to punch them in. If done correctly, you'll hear a door creak open. Run through the door and climb up King Nihls' sword. Head around the back across the bramble, but be very careful as you can fall off this. You're now approaching the final boss fight. Again, this has got 3 stages, and it aims to destroy all bramble flowers on his shoulders. Stage 1, you need to dodge his knife and fork, the not fixed attacks, which will frustrate you if you're reloading again and again. Stage 2, he's got a sword and scepter. Now he also uses a slam attack. You must dodge this, but also dodge the rocks that come crashing down. He does use an AoE attack that charges up. Use these rocks to dodge. To dodge his sword, time it well and jump over it. His attacks are very telegraphed but can still catch you out. Take your time and don't get greedy as this happens. However, once you deal the final blow on the final flower, you are done. But you do need to wait. After a short cutscene, you'll need to climb up his sword again and then jump onto his beard like this. Here, the first of your last few achievements will pop for dethroning the Mountain King. After another cutscene, you will wake up as Lilemoor. Approach the window and the last of your achievements will pop. I didn't do this in one playthrough like you, so these popped on separate occasions but at the same time. First I got home again for completing the game, then on my second playthrough I unlocked Survivor with a rare 0.09% unlock rate, which is going to change now. Let me know in the comments if you found this easy to follow or if there's anything additional that you'd like to see for Bramble or other games. I hope this helped you net that 1000 Gs and you haven't broken too many controllers. Hit that subscribe for more videos soon, and as always, happy hunting.